gonna tell you a little secret. If I wanted to pursue perfection, I wouldn't be doing 25 days of Vlogmas while juggling my demanding corporate law career, taking care of my dog and myself, running my business, and also keeping up with the low deck. Welcome back to the Corporate Creator Vlogmas, episode 12. As annoying as these unsolicited comments can be, the TikTok creator in me gets slightly excited because this is usually the first sign that one of my videos is about to go viral. And trust me, I have tons of experience with content going viral on TikTok. Honestly, thank you for the engagement because you guys are just helping me out so much. In this episode, I'm gonna be reviewing and recapping the first 11 days of Vlogmas, seeing what I've learned, things that I want to improve on, and I'm also going to be sharing a few tips that I've been using to work smarter and stay organized and help someone else who is also taking on the crazy task of doing 25 days of Vlogmas. All right, I'm going to start by reassessing my goals. So I set a few goals before I started this entire experience, and the number one goal was to really challenge myself to something that was very hard. Posting a vlog a day for 25 days was extremely difficult, and I really wanted to make sure that I stayed consistent, and I have. I have gotten out a vlog every single day. It might be late, it might be coming out the next day due to upload technical difficulties, but as long as I get this vlog out every single day, it's a win for me. Another goal of mine was to really just enjoy the process and have fun with it and not necessarily be so attached to the outcome. And that has been something that is hard for me to deal with, but the fact that I do need to keep churning out videos and I don't have time to sit and mull over the performance of any individual video has really helped me to move things along. Another goal that I had was to really just venture out of my comfort zone and not just stay within my niche of doing corporate lawyer day in the life or the apartment tours. Now, because I am a full-time corporate lawyer and I am not a full-time YouTuber or even a part-time YouTuber, I would say that this is still just very much an enjoyable hobby. That might change, but for right now, I'm just really enjoying all of this and I don't want to make it seem like a job. I've been finding ways to work much more efficiently, drive myself too crazy. One way that I've been staying organized is I've been using a ClickUp list to organize all of the themes, topics, and ideas for each episode. And I break it down by the various production status. So I have researching, live, in progress, which means that I may have filmed a few things, pre-production, and probably scripting. And yes, I have it blurred out intentionally because I don't want you guys to see everything. I have the series, well, all of these are all Vlogmas, so that's easy. I have the due date here, I have the type, and the type is just the kind of vlog that it is. So whether it's a monthly vlog, a weekly vlog, a tour, behind the scenes, a guide, just gives me an idea of just like what I'm doing so that I make sure that I'm including different types of content and not just doing the same thing. I also have the purpose. A lot of my vlogs are to inspire or to really educate or connect with my audience. I also have the filming date, which generally might be the same date as the due date, but sometimes it might change, so I do have that separately. The biggest game changer for me is this tab here, this column that I have for important links. So one thing that I tend to forget, especially with this much content, is the videos that I want to link in each video and add them as cards. So what I've done is I've broken out this column where I list out, I'll show you guys up close. I list out the various vlogs that I've created already. So I have my apartment tours, I have all my earlier vlogs before Vlogmas, and then I have the Vlogmas episodes listed here. So now when I post a video, and I haven't been the best about actually adding the cards because I've had some technical difficulties when it comes to uploading my videos, so I tend to forget when I actually have the video uploaded to go back and do this. But in theory, when I do have some free time, which I don't know when that's gonna happen, I can go back and add the cards to each vlog. But it's just a really good idea so that I remind myself like what I'm talking about in each video, so that I do keep the storytelling aspect of all of these episodes somewhat cohesive, because this is supposed to be treated as a cohesive mini series. But one thing that I have been doing is that in the actual video itself, I do include a little snapshot of the thumbnail for the video so that when I do go back and rewatch it, it's not hard for me to remember where I need to add the card. I've also organized all of my footage into their own individual albums in my Photos app. And this really helps me with keeping things organized because there's so much content that I'm creating in a very short span of time. Sometimes I'll be filming content for a particular vlog and then I will realize that a particular clip from the footage really should be better suited for another episode. So it's times like that where before I forget it, I can actually just add it to the correct folder so that when I am actually preparing to edit it, then I can remember certain things that I definitely would have forgotten. Once I'm going through my older footage and looking at stuff that I want to include as B-roll, I obviously tend to forget things. So it's as soon as I come across something that I know would be good for a particular vlog or an episode, I'll immediately just add it to the correct album so that I don't forget. I've also been using the Places feature to filter out my content from my old footage, just because there are a lot of times where I'm like, I know I filmed this, or I know I have content that is similar to this, but then it's like I don't remember like when I actually took it. So it's going through, I'm not gonna zoom in because I don't want you to know like specifically like where I'm at. I can't really trust people, but I will just use this and it'll help me pull up stuff that I would have definitely forgot to include, but it just makes it a lot easier. So if I want stuff from my wedding, I can just easily click on all of the content from when we were in wine country, and it's easy for me to kind of just filter through everything. Also search for things by time and year. So if I want things from this time last year for the holidays, it's a lot easier for me to just filter through my stuff that way versus trying to just scroll through everything. So these are just a few additional ways that I am working smarter, not harder. One of the biggest struggles that I've had is really learning to let go of perfectionism. As I mentioned in the intro to this vlog, I'm not trying to be perfect with this, but every now and again, when you get these comments, it kind of just creeps back into your mind. You're like, oh wait, I should be doing this. No idea what I have on my plate. And I'm doing a great job. I don't need anyone else to tell me. The proof is in the pudding. The fact that I am staying consistent and I have not lost my mind is the evidence that I need. So yes, can things be a lot better in certain areas? Of course, but ask anyone who is doing Vlogmas, even if they're doing 25 days or 12 days, I guarantee you, this is not their most magnificent content in the world, but that's not what this is about. And I think if people are so bogged down with the technical aspects of a video, especially during Vlogmas, you're missing out on the big purpose of this. A lot of people, including myself, are just trying to show up and be consistent and have something to really keep us going and motivate us as we're creating content in December. People don't realize like what people have going on in their life. Not everyone has access to producers and editors for their videos. People are doing this on their own. So just exercise a little bit more discretion the next time you want to leave an unsolicited but helpful tip on someone's video. Just don't. Put yourself in that person's shoes and see if you would be able to do something on the level that you're expecting them to do it on if you had everything that they have on their plate, on your plate. But looking back on my first 11 vlogs, here are some things that I've observed. My favorite episode was episode 9, which was my silent morning routine. It was the episode that I had been delaying probably the longest. The second episode that I had been delaying was the episode that I posted this morning because it was supposed to be yesterday, but it was the how much I spend in a week. These are two episodes that were really out of my comfort zone and I delayed posting them for whatever reason. Those two videos have been the top 2 videos that I posted so far in Vlogmas and probably in all of my content because they're performing so well. So sometimes it's the things that scare you or the things that you need to pursue. It can be opportunities for you to really shine and demonstrate your greatness because you are not doing something that you're so used to that might become autopilot and, you know, questionably boring. But venturing outside of your comfort zone and trying something that might be a little scary might really surprise you. Another thing that surprised me is that there's some videos that are relatively easy to film but require so much preparatory work. So for example, I would say that the easiest videos to actually film the content for were my 2 holiday Christmas decoration tours in downtown and midtown Manhattan, and also my holiday Christmas wish list. However, the amount of research and planning that went into those vlogs before I can even get to scripting it out was so much work. I had to research all of the Christmas trees, all of the different days that they were going to be lit up to kind of plan a schedule that I would go out and try to knock out as many of them as possible while also factoring in the weather and the unpredictability of that. And for the Christmas wish list, yes, that was a simple video concept, but something that I definitely did not fully appreciate was the amount of research that goes into doing a topic or a video. I'm venturing outside of my typical comfort zone when it comes to video topics and content styles. I do need to pay attention and observe what other creators are doing just so that I have an understanding of how these videos are structured. But then after finding inspo, I then have to figure out a way to make these videos still very unique and put my signature on it. For example, I could have sat here and kind of just like talked to the screen and made a list and said, this is what I want, this is what I want for my holiday Christmas list. But then I decided, okay, you know what is something that I do and that if I did it, it would make so much sense and it would be my signature. I'm all about manifestation and vision boards. So of course, it was such a great idea for me to put together a vision board to communicate my Christmas wish list. That took a very long time to put together. Luckily, my photos from my brand photo shoot came in that afternoon, so I was able to utilize a lot of that amazing content, and that definitely helped me out. But there's just so many things like that where you might have the perfect video topic, but I think that one key to making sure that your video is successful is in how you actually communicate that concept. Because you can say the same thing just talking to the screen, or you can say the same thing, you can add cuts, you can add transitions, you can add B-roll, and you can make your video a lot more dynamic. And it's that additional step that I've been trying to incorporate and weave into my videos and my blogs for Vlogmas especially, that requires so much work. And those are the things that people do not appreciate because they're fixating on sound or light or something else. You're overlooking so much work that is succeeding and things that are successful because you're just fixating on the negative. And that's another thing. If you're coming to someone's page and you've watched the video throughout the end and all you could comment was something negative, really unpack what that's saying about you. I will start by saying that this is not representative of how my videos prior to Vlogmas actually performed, but at least with Vlogmas, the videos that I have been spending the most time either editing or researching or scripting, filming, or even struggling to upload have been the ones that are performing the best. And as a TikTok creator, we know that with short form content, if you're spending more than an hour trying to create a TikTok video, just forget it. It's not gonna do well. For whatever reason, the TikTok algorithm just knows that it should be more in the moment. If you're spending too much time editing, it doesn't want that. On YouTube for Vlogmas, in my experience, it's been the videos that I almost wanted to give up on, but I pushed through, have been the ones that are the top 2 of all of the videos that I have created for Vlogmas. My silent morning routine, for example, which has been my favorite video to create, was so hard to edit because it was silent. I definitely wanted to make the transitions and the cuts so dynamic, but that required so much work. But that was a 1 out of 10 when I posted it. And then yesterday's vlog, which I posted today, because of uploading issues with YouTube, I've never witnessed this before. It took me over 7 hours to get this video uploaded and processed. It was crazy. And every time that I would upload the video, I would find a mistake, that CapCut deleted text or something was just off, and I had to go through the entire process again, and I genuinely wanted to just give up. But that video is probably, I won't jinx it, but I have a really good feeling about that video. That's all I have to say. The reaction that I've got on Instagram when I shared it on my stories, and the immediate reaction that I got when I posted it, I think within the first 3 or 5 minutes of me posting it, I already had people sharing it. So I had a really good feeling about it, and I still do have a really good feeling about it. People are nosy and people like knowing how much I spend on things. So that really shouldn't have surprised me, but for whatever reason, it was one of the videos that I was so guarded about, just because of how vulnerable I am and how open I was with how much we're spending. But so far, it's performing extremely well. So like I said earlier, the things that might scare you are sometimes the things that you do need to pursue, because it can genuinely be an opportunity for you to really demonstrate your greatness and surprise yourself with how successful you can be. And this is definitely an example of that. The challenges that I've experienced with Vlogmas, outside of the very obvious ones, trying to juggle my demanding job. Things are so hot right now at the end of the year. People are trying to finalize things. So it just really limits the free time that I do have available to actually shoot content. And also just with the weather, it's getting dark really quickly, so I don't have much sunlight to capitalize on. And then also with Gus being at home, he's very reactive and our neighbors are extremely loud and just whatever. So that's also something that prevents me from filming. I have to do multiple takes to edit out his barking. The best things that has happened since I started doing Vlogmas is the fact that I've really been able to build a stronger connection to my community. I get so excited when I start recognizing the names that are popping up and leaving me comments, and I'm seeing that they're the same people. For me, that's wonderful because that means that these people are coming back to my channel again and again. And this is such a shift from how I was on TikTok, because I'm creating short form content that probably will not be seen by my existing followers due to the algorithm. So you're creating content for people who are seeing you for the first time, and you're trying to be engaging enough and capture their attention and cause them to actually follow you all within 15 seconds. Definitely want to make sure that the community that I do have feels appreciated and seen. You can't just be so eager to attract a new audience that you overlook the people who have already invested in you. So I can definitely say very confidently that my YouTube audience is definitely getting to see a different side of me that no one else on social media has been able to see thus far. And it's because I truly appreciate the fact that you guys are investing significant amounts of time with me. You deserve my respect. You don't deserve a 15-second video. I mean, I have my shorts too that you can watch if you do want to binge at, and highly recommend binging them. But I'm gonna take the time to make sure that I am putting forth content that makes you feel like this was created for someone who has been around, but then also is still appealing and entertaining for someone who might be coming for the first time. But I definitely do want to honor the community that I am building, because I genuinely do appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. I try to respond to every single comment as soon as I can. It's not as easy during the week, but I definitely want to get to these comments at least within 1 or 2 days, just because I do appreciate you guys taking the time to leave very thoughtful and kind comments. You guys don't even understand, like, times when I've been just like struggling to get a video out and I'm really hard on myself. Just seeing someone saying that they can relate to something that I posted about, just, it really does mean the world. So I definitely want to say thank you. You guys, you don't know how far a kind word of encouragement can go for someone's day when they've been having a really tough day. And on the other hand, you don't know how a comment that is just not coming from a good place can negatively impact someone when they're having a really hard day with their family or at their job. Many things that people can have going on. A word to the wise, just be kind. Or if you can't be kind, just don't say anything. On the topic of appreciating your audience and listening to their feedback, tomorrow's vlog is going to be something that one of my favorite subscribers had requested. And it was something that, to be fair, was already on the episode lineup, but I hear you, and I'm really glad that you teed this up so perfectly for me. You guys are just the best. I am going to be talking about a few things that I do to stay motivated and inspired to work out and stay healthy, especially during the holidays when you're at the end of the year. Work might be crazy, you have so many obligations happening, you might be getting overwhelmed. It's really easy to overlook things that are very important to your well-being, like working out, making sure you sleep well. That's something that I don't take my own advice, but I can help you guys, hopefully. I'm not good at taking my own advice, but I'm definitely great at giving advice. Stay tuned for that, and until tomorrow, go binge all of my earlier episodes of Vlogmas, but especially the one that I posted today, and all of my shorts, because they're amazing, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening.